Hi guys, coming on. You're gonna need a small ball today. If you don't have a small ball, you can literally use your earpod case, literally just something small that you can hold in your hand. A ball would be great. If it's not a ball, no big deal. And then, hi Zoe. We're gonna go ahead and find ourselves just seated. So I'll wait a little bit and see if people pop on. If you can hear me okay, maybe just send me like a thumbs up or a, I don't know, emoji or whatever it is. And again, you just need a small object. Doesn't matter what it is. Our focus this week is coordination. So I'm gonna try and bring your brain to focus on just your little object for the rest of this 30 minutes. Great, I'll take that hard as a we're good. Perfect. So start seated in a comfortable position, legs crossed. I just want you to rest your little prop off to the side. Let your hands just relax down by your bod, maybe resting them onto your knee caps as my radiator goes off. Take a big inhale and a nice heavy exhale, just bringing a ton of air into your body. And then feeling your shoulders naturally start to heavy away from your ears as you exhale. I want you to let your forehead soften. Let your eyes feel a little droopy. If closing them doesn't feel right now, just keep your gaze soft. And then maybe if you feel comfortable touching your face, take your thumbs to your eyebrows and just guide the eyebrows open out to the temples. Finding just a little baby massage, letting the brow bone relax a little bit. If you don't feel like touching your face right now, then just hike your eyebrows up and then let them relax like you're surprised, and then gently let it go. Good. Take one or two of whatever it is you're doing. If you just want to take a couple head rolls or keep that deep breath going, go for it. And then take one more while I let my delivery in. And then find your little prop. Like groceries. Oh. And then once you find your little prop, it's gonna go into your right hand. So again, doesn't matter what it is, okay? It's going in your right hand. Left hand is gonna come down to the mat next to you. Right arm is gonna reach all the way up and over as you bend that left elbow. Finding your right butt cheek a little heavier towards the floor. And then nice and slow, you're just gonna side bend all the way back up. Oh my God, do that 3 more times. Love New York City. What is happening? Last 2. Good. And then the next time that you side bend that right arm up and over, still holding that prop in your right hand, you're gonna keep that side bend. I want you to try and rotate your chest towards the floor. You're gonna take that prop and just slide it into your left hand. You're gonna untwist, open your chest forward again, and then reach that right arm to the sky, side bend up. The prop now lives in your left hand. Take that prop, it goes up and over to the right. So left arm now side bends up and over to the right. Try and drop your left butt cheek, take a deep breath in. Reach that arm to the sky. Find yourself side bending back up. Good, you're gonna do this a few times. You can bring that right forearm to the floor if it feels good. Try and ground your left butt cheek. Try and keep this big reach all the way up and overhead. And then reach back up. My buzzer is broken. This is fun. Last 2. Bending the elbow. Big reach up and over. Good. The next time that you find that side bend up and over to the right side, you're going to stay up and over to the right side. Take a deep twist of your ribcage down towards the mat. See if you can pass that prop to your right hand. Untwist your body, side bend back up, reach that arm open. Take the prop in both hands, just reach your arms straight up towards the sky. Hike your shoulders up towards your ears. Find a little back bend if it feels okay. And then reach those arms forward and round your spine a little bit, sinking back into your lumbar spine. You're gonna do that 2 more times. Arms reach up, lift the chest off your pelvis, maybe take a little arch in that upper back. And then round forward, finding a little C curve as you reach your prop forward. Good. Restack that spine, give it all a little shake. You're gonna find yourself seated. Go ahead and take your prop, place it between your knees. I know it might be tiny. If that's the case, your legs are almost glued together. And then carefully lay yourself down onto the mat, bringing your heels close to your toes. From here, find a little squeeze of your prop. Try not to break it if it is your earpod case. Take your hands right behind your head, elbows nice and wide. Find a breath in through your nose, find a heaviness of your head, and find that light little draw of your inner thighs towards each other. Take a breath in, tip your elbows forward, and on your next exhale, find your upper ab curl. Now just hang out for a second. Notice if you feel like you're tucking your pelvis already. See if you can walk your heels a little farther away and find neutral. Can your inner thighs squeeze a little closer together, trying not to crush the prop, but thinking of the hip creases pulling towards each other. Can you press your head heavier into your hands and curl your chest a little higher? From here, gently lay your head right back down. Let the elbows widen if you want that little pec stretch. And then on your next exhale, we curl back up. So trying right now to find a little bit more narrow stance than you normally would if you had no prop between your inner thighs. If you're deciding to take class without a prop, no big deal. Use your imagination, thinking of just a dollar bill slid right between those kneecaps. You don't want no one taking that dollar bill, so keep those inner thighs working towards each other. Keep those heels pressing heavy into the mat. Can you find a little bit more length on the back of the neck as you find that upper ab curl? And then as you lay your head down, imagine that you're almost pulling that head off of the spine as you keep the traction through the neck. Good, just 3 more, and then we start to get a little wild with it, hence the coordination theme. The next time that you find that upper ab curl, let's stay there. I want you to reach your right arm forward, keep your left arm forward, reach your right hand, or keep your right hand behind your head. See if you can curl up high enough to grab that prop out from your inner thighs. You're then going to lay your head right back down, left straight arm reaches to the sky, holding your prop like you just found the golden egg. You're going to replace that egg right back where you found it, so deep curl up. Reach as far forward, slide that prop right back between your knees, and then gently bring that left hand behind your head, lay your head right back down. There is no rush. I don't want you to skip any steps here, so both hands behind your head as you ab curl up. Keep your head resting in your left palm. Right arm reaches for the golden ticket. Take it out, gently lay your head down, let your right arm reach up towards the sky. Deep breath in as you exhale, replace that ball right between your knees. Right hand finds the back of your head, lay your head right back down. So you may or may not notice you are already starting to feel your obliques work a little bit harder from the slightest rotation as you reach for that ball. Continue to lay it down, letting the straight arm rise. Curl back up, left hand replaces the ball right back between the inner thighs. Left hand finds the back of the head, lay it back down. Good. One more to that right side. You curl up, right arm reaches forward, take that ball in your hand. Lay your head down, right arm reaches to the sky. Let's get a little more crazy with it. So the next time you curl forward, reach that right hand between your kneecaps as if you were going to place the ball down, but don't. Left leg is going to float to tabletop. Can you curl a little bit higher? Reach your left arm to the outside of your left hip, pass the ball into your left hand. Replace that right foot, lay your head down, arms are up towards the sky. Right hand slides beneath your head. You're going to curl forward, left hand reaches for those inner thighs, pause. Float your right leg to tabletop. Take a deep breath. Remember, today is all slow motion. Reach that right arm forward. Grab that ball from under your thigh. Lay your head back down, replace the foot to the floor. Left hand behind your head. Curl yourself up, reach the ball between your knees. Left leg rises to tabletop. Left arm reaches forward, curl a little higher, take the ball in your left hand. Both arms to the sky, left foot to the floor. Deep breath in, right hand behind your head for support. You curl forward, reach the ball between the knees, float that right leg into tabletop, pause. Right arm reaches forward, take that ball in your right hand, foot lowers, arms rise. Good, left hand behind your head, curl forward, left leg finds tabletop. We are gonna stay here. If you're feeling super solid, left arm reaches forward. You're gonna pass the ball underneath, take it into your left hand. This time you are going straight to the other side, so keep your curl. Left hand reaches between your thighs, pass it under your right thigh. You're now rotated to the right. Take your time, curl a little higher, pass it under the left thigh to the left. If you need to just go to one side to keep one hand supporting to your head, live your best life. Otherwise, can you curl a little higher as you pass the ball underneath? And then slowly switch. We go for 6. Notice if your pelvis is starting to rock side to side. If it is, go a little slower for 5. Can you curl a little higher to get out of that neck? Remember, the farther you reach that prop, the more you curl up for 3. This is 2. I want you to make sure you are nice and even on 1. Bring both legs to tabletop. Slide your prop between your thighs, both hands behind your head for support. Take a breath. You're in your ab curl, both legs in tabletop. Breathe. You can absolutely bring your feet down if you need it. Otherwise, you pulse up towards the sky for 10. Go slow, feeling both sides of your waist, feeling the weight of your head sink back into your hands. Feeling those upper abs work a little harder. If you feel super solid, legs are straight up, still squeezing that prop. Maybe they go a little lower for more of a challenge. Last 6, try not to speed through it. For 5. Last 4, coming back to your basics, your breath for 3, your form for 2. Last 1, bend the knees in, rest those feet down, let your knees open up. Take your prop, just put it next to you, arms open wide, take a big breath into your body. Let yourself feel a little grounded for a moment. Give your head a little knock left, a little knock right, maybe a little up and down. And then extend those legs nice and long. Arms with no props, reach up and overhead for that little belly stretch. And then fingertips float up to the sky, nod and curl yourself all the way up and over your feet for me, finding your little forward folds. If you can grab the bottoms of your feet, grab them and give yourself a little rotation as you pedal your feet into your palms. If that's not an option because of flexibility, hold the shins, but continue to give your legs a little bit of movement. Good, we're gonna keep up with that prop. We're gonna take it with us. You're gonna find yourself on all 4s. Perfect. Once you find yourself on all 4s, you're gonna take that prop and rest it into your low back. I know that sounds buck wild. If it's a ball, you're kind of effed. If it's an AirPod case, you're kind of in luck. Either way, all I want you to do is find a neutral spine so you can hold that ball still. If it continues to roll off and you're like, F this, ditch it. But imagine that that ball is still there. All you're gonna do here is press heavy into the left palm, lift your belly button up as if it was pressing into that prop, and extend your right arm straight forward. Hang out for a second. Notice if you shifted all your weight to the right or if your prop fell. Can you try and square your hips a little more, push the floor away a little more as you wrap your left bicep forward. Simply replace your right hand back down underneath your shoulder, press your right palm into the mat, feel your abs engage, left arm lengthens forward. Again, if you feel that prop drop, just notice that you probably shifted the hips or ribs. Pull your belly button in and up, press the floor away even more, lower that left hand down. Deep breath in, right arm is gonna extend nice and long. Take a big breath. You're gonna bend that right elbow wide, still out of your vision, like you're trying to elbow someone next to you. And then extend that arm forward. Replace it right back down to the floor. Left arm lengthens, reach it past your ear, find stability through the rest of the spine. Bend that elbow wide, like you're really pulling the elbow in towards the ribs, taking a little squeeze of that tricep and lat. Extend that arm forward, lower that hand back down. We go for 4 more. Again, no rush. That is always the point that can get super frustrating, is that your brain, once it starts to feel that burn in the bod, is like, yo, let's get out of here quick. But you are strong, both mentally and physically. So try and power through. Bring a little more breath into your body. Notice if your ribs have sunk to the mat, can you lift them back up? Can your gaze go forward a little bit more for the length in the back of the neck? Last 2, just like this. So good. Final 1. Ultimate challenge, you guys. You're almost out of here. The next time your right arm reaches straight forward by your ear, pause. Can you plant your left toes straight back, or even better yet, lift that left leg straight up without dropping your prop? You're just holding and breathing for 5. Square that left hip bone to the floor, squeeze your left glute a little more, press a little heavier into the left palm for 3. Long back of the neck for 2. Gently place those limbs down on 1. You're still not letting your prop fall, hardest part. Left arm reaches forward. Right toes step back. Maybe right leg lifts up. Breathe. Press heavy into the right palm. Drop your right hip, lift your belly, press that left inner thigh to the right side of the room for 3. You're almost there. Last 2. Last 1. Bring those limbs down. Take that prop out. Just push your butt back into a child's pose. Whew, big inhale. That was hard. Heavy exhale. Halfway through, I was like, why did I decide to teach this? Give your hips a little shake, left and right. Good. Slowly restack your spine so you're back on all fours. Take a little cat-cow, a well-deserved cat-cow. If you just want to sit back in a child's pose, go ahead. Otherwise, let it feel funky. Let it all just kind of move in a way that maybe it hasn't yet today. Maybe make a few funny faces. Beautiful. Good. From here, you're gonna gently stack up so you are kneeling. If you're having any issues with your knees today, you guys just fold your mat in half. We're gonna start with our right foot forward so you're in this little proposal shape. I just want you to shift forward and back a little bit, opening up that left hip. Maybe giving yourself a little right hamstring stretch, whatever works for you, and back. Good. And then the next time that you find neutral, left knee is just beneath you, right knee is just over your ankle, you're gonna take that prop in your left hand. Once you find that prop in your left hand, you're gonna hinge your chest forward, kind of shift your hips back so your nose is pointing towards your big toe. Left hand passes the ball under your right thigh. Arms are gonna reach up as you lift your chest in space. Good, you're gonna hinge forward, pass the ball to your left hand under your thigh. Arms reach up, chest shines forward. Pretty simple. Hinge it forward, hands lower, pass that ball under, lift it back up. You're simply pivoting around the top of that right thigh bone. So my challenge to you here is to keep your right leg super still as you find this little shift forward of your chest, this pass of the ball, and right back up. We're gonna add on to this, of course. You can always come back to this, but the next time the ball is in your left hand, arms are to the sky, hold. Tuck your left toes, your back toes. Push straight up to a standing position as you lower your arms. If you're like, no thank you, my balance doesn't want to do that today, maybe just hover the knee an inch off of the mat. You are gonna gently bring yourself halfway down, arms reach up towards the sky. Lower the hands, stand tall. Bend both knees like you're sliding straight down a wall, arms to the sky. That ball is staying in your left hand for now. Don't worry, we'll find our little thigh pass in a moment. Last 3. Are you still working from that front leg for 2? Good. The next time that you squat low, your chest is up, both knees are bent, hold. Can you tip your chest forward, straightening your back leg so you are now in a lunge? Take your hands, pass the ball to your right palm, arms reach up towards the ears, back knee bends, shift your chest up. Same exact thing that you were just doing. With that back knee down, you are now doing in a lunge. Ball passes to your left hand, back knee bends, arms rise up by the ears, chest lifts. Hinge forward, right knee stays that exact same shape. Pass that ball under your thigh to your right hand, chest up. Last 6, you guys, your right leg and left leg are working hard. Try not to rush through it. Arms are straight the entire time. Chest is still pivoting forward and back. Last 2. We are gonna stay in our lunge, shocking, on this last one. So as you tip forward, your right knee is bent, your left leg is straight, the ball is in your left hand. You will hold it here. You're gonna reach the arms forward by the ears and then sweep them right back down to the hips. Your legs don't change shape. Your arms reach forward, your arms sweep back. Final challenge. Balance challenge if I can manage. Left leg is hovering off the floor. Arms reach forward. Arms reach back. 4 more. Everything else is stable. Ball stays in your left hand for 3. Left toes can, of course, find the floor. Good. Last 2. Final one. Set the left foot down if you haven't already. Push yourself to stand. Go ahead and pivot open so you're finding this little external rotation of your legs. Take the prop in your hands and just sit into a deep sumo squat. Butt towards the floor. If sitting into a squat, a passive squat feels like a no-no, just sit on your butt and bring the soles of your feet together. Give your hips a moment, sway a little left and right. Good. 1 or 2 more, and then we're doing it all on the other side and ending with a plank. No biggie, y'all. So, you're gonna go ahead and just flip right knee down, left foot forward. Which pretty snazzy on my end. Once you find yourself here, ball will start in your right hand. Don't worry about it yet. Just shift your weight forward a little bit. Push your weight back. Maybe take a little hamstring stretch if you need it. Whatever your body's calling for. Once you push those hips forward, tuck your pelvis a little bit to get a little stretch along the front of that right hip. And a little shift back. Gorge. Again, pad up those knees if you need it. Find a range of motion that works for you. Once you find 90, left heel under left knee, right knee under hip, drop that left booty cheek so hip bones are pointing forward. You're gonna hinge forward, pass the ball to your left hand. Arms to the sky as you lift your chest. Pull your left butt cheek back as you hinge forward. Ball passes under your... Good, we're still going. Okay. Finding that little tip forward. Lift up. Start to notice if your left knee is creeping over your toes. If so, take your time. Try and keep the form of that left leg. 2 more. Good. The next time that you hinge forward, that ball is in your right hand. You're going to reach the arms to the sky. Tuck your right toes. Adjust your stance if you need. Go straight up towards the ceiling. Pause. Hips are nice and square. Take a big breath in. Find a bend of your knees halfway down. Tip forward, pass that ball to your left hand. Push yourself up to stand. Lift that chest. Good. Find both knees bending. Pass. So a little bit different on the side. As you find that little hinge forward, what I ask is that as you bend both knees, your right knee shoots straight to the floor. Left knee straight over the heel. If it needs to be smaller, it's smaller for 4. Good. Last 3. Adjust your stance if you're feeling any strain in that back hip. Make that stance a little smaller. For 2. Good. On this last one, as you find that ball in your right hand, straighten your back leg. Arms are straight back by your ear. Pause in this deep low lunge, you guys. From here, you're gonna go ahead and reach those arms straight up towards the sky as you bend the back knee. Front knee stays bent. Tip your chest forward, sweep those arms back, pass the ball into your left leg. Back knee bends, left knee stays in the same exact shape the best it can. Tip that chest forward, straightening your back leg, pass that ball. 4 more like this. If keeping your back leg straight and keeping your front knee bent feels better for your body, stick with that lunge. Last 3. Good. Notice if your hip bones are still facing forward. If that right hip has gone buck wild, bring it back into space. For 2. We stay in that lunge on this last one, you guys. Straighten that back leg. Arms are back by your hip. Ball is in your right hand. Take a breath. Arms reach straight up by the ears. Nothing else moves. Arms sweep straight back by your hip. Find some length in your neck. Woo, this side feels wild, but we're gonna try it. Maybe you hover that right straight leg and continue. My leg might give out, but we're gonna hold for as long as we can. Last 4. For 3. Good. Try not to rush it. For 2. Good. Final one, you guys. Tilt your chest up, stand tall, both legs straight. Bend both knees, bring it back down to the mat. Untuck your toes so you are now seated on your butt. Legs are nice and long in front of you. Prop can go to the floor. Just reach over those feet. Take a little press of your toes into your hands. Slowly restack. No prop needed for this last little bit of work. You just flip onto all fours. Find a little cat-cow if it's needed. Give your butt a little wiggle. Give your arms a little wiggle. No one's there but you. For me, it's me and the internet. Either way. You can go onto forearms for this, or you can come onto hands. I suggest hands. You're gonna step your left foot back to the edge of your mat, the far edge, the corner. Step your right foot back. So feet are a little bit wider than normal for your plank. You're gonna pike your hips up, widen your sits bones, take your left hand, rotate to the outside of your right ankle. Deep breath in. Control yourself forward, trying not to bring your left hand to the mat until you absolutely have to. Pike the hips up. Right hand twist to the outside of your left ankle, deep rotation. Whew. Try and roll forward, not bringing that right hand down until you absolutely have to. We go for 4, nice and slow. Good. If your shoulders aren't feeling it today, then I want you just switching from a forearm side plank to a forearm side plank. Still getting that rotation for 3. Finding your plank every single time before you pike back up. Last 2. Good. Make sure that you are nice and even on 1. Find a plank. Walk your legs all the way together. Imagine the prop between your inner thighs. Take 3 big breaths. Find your best form for 2. Last big breath. Set your knees down wide. Untuck your toes. Push your butt back over your heels. And take a child's pose. Whew. Give your ribs a little rotation side to side. Take any hip or glute stretch that you might need. Maybe lay on your back and just take a couple breaths to ground this. Otherwise, restack that spine. Give yourself a little shoulder roll. And thank you for joining me for that little shit show. If you have questions, you guys let me know. If not, this will be up on YouTube if I can figure out how to save it, y'all. Have a great night. Good seeing you.